Yeah, sure. Well, it all happened about December last year, and I went to see the doctor because I was feeling a bit low and a bit tired because I'd had a sinus operation the year before, and I didn't think I'd fully recovered from it. And he took a few blood tests and found that my testosterone, my male hormone level, was at a rock bottom level, really, really low. So I went in and had a scan, an MRI scan, you know, one of those big magnetic scanners that makes a really nasty noise as it scans through your brain. And luckily he found he found a tumour. Luckily it was a benign tumour on my pituitary gland, which is between your eyes, just near your brain. And decided to cut it out because it was quite near my optic nerve, and it was quite large. And I had that operation in end of January this year, and luckily it was successful. It took me some time to recover, but when I came out of the operation, when I came out of the anaesthetic, I started to see all these really strange patterns. I started to feel like I'd been down some sort of tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel I'd found all these strange patterns and all these strange images and all this iconography, and I felt compelled actually the night after I'd had the operation to sit down and start drawing. And sure enough, I'd drawn a little bit before. I was completely untalented actually, so I'd drawn a little bit before, and I'd produced a couple of pictures, but they weren't particularly good. They weren't anything that I'd sort of stamped my name on. But since the operation, since January the 13th, I've probably been really prolific. I've probably done about 30 to 35 of the pictures, and today I'm actually exhibiting. This is my first exhibition in Wokingham, and I've had a lot of interest. Actually sold about 10 pictures in my first exhibition, and I really can't stop. I can't stop drawing. I can't stop creating these images, and I guess more importantly, I've got this huge compulsion, this huge compelling feeling to get them out there, and the response that I've had from the exhibition, the response that I've had from because I've given some of the pictures away to my friends and family, the response that I've had has been absolutely remarkable, both in the colours, both in the detail of the pictures, and both in the fact that the more people look at them, the more people realise that there are things that are relevant to them inside the pictures. And I've been reading up a lot about neuroscience and about the sort of the scientific aspects of the brain and consciousness, and why, trying to find out really where these pictures and where these images come from, because I have no idea. One minute they're not there, and the next minute they're there, and there's something almost spiritual going on. In fact, some of the images that you'll see in the pictures seem to be very spiritual and very religious as well. Not just religious as in Catholic, Islamic, or C of E, or or Hindu, or the major religions, but also quite archaic, quite old-fashioned religions. Paganistic images and Peruvian images and things like that, and Egyptian images as well, especially. So I've been trying to do some research to find out exactly where all these images come from, and more importantly, what they mean. And the more I look into the pictures, the more I'm seeing more and more, and the more my craft and my talent is sort of growing. And I say talent, it's what other people call it. I don't call it a talent. I call it just something that's happened to me, like a switch that's gone on inside my brain after the operation. That's enabled me to sort of hit this higher level, A, to get these pictures, and B, also to be able to put them on paper and actually just be able to share them with people. I've absolutely no idea where this is going to lead. I've started to write now, so I've started to put some of my ideas, because I've also been trying to convey the journey that I had while I was under the anaesthetic, and subsequently, because I'm still dreaming and I'm still coming up with some of these images, and I'm now trying to convey those images in writing as well, to show people and to try and share this experience with people, because it was a fantastic experience. It really was a magical experience. I mean, I was quite religious when I was younger. I've been searching through a lot of religions and trying to find out, as a lot of young people do as they get older, trying to find out the meaning of life, why we're all here, all these major questions. And sure enough, these images and these things that I've been shown, I feel are taking me on a path that's going to allow me to really respond to and to really answer some of those major questions. I was just going to show you one example here, actually, of one of the pictures. This was the first one I did, and I managed to get them printed out on aluminium because it gives the depth, and the colour comes out really well. But you can see not only is there lots and lots of different images in here, and it's really only after I've drawn the images that I start to see some of the things, and some of the things become more apparent. Not only are there things like Egyptian imagery, a lot of pictures of trees and flora and fauna and things like that, birds, you know, Peruvian heads, just the odd words that just come out. But also, you know, I see the colours as well, so I'm really trying to represent exactly the colours that I've been seeing in the dreams. And then I guess the other piece I'm trying to do is, because the whole thing's moving and swirling all the time. You know, you can imagine when you're getting these visions, they're not static. It's not like looking at a picture. They're actually moving all the time. And when you're within the dream, you're I won't use the word hallucinogenic, because hallucinogenic makes you think of drugs, and this wasn't, I don't think, a drug experience, because I've been having it subsequently after the operation. Obviously there's no anaesthetic, or there's no artificial substances inside me since the operation, but it does have that sort of that hallucinogenic experience, that hallucinogenic iconography, if you like. And I've been trying to get the swirling patterns and that imagery going as well. And there's a good example. This is the first one, and if I show you another one here, this really gives you an example of you know, how detailed these dreams are. Hugely detailed, and actually take quite a long time to draw, because I've really got to get that detail. But they also, this is a good example where it's showing the entrance to a tunnel. And this is one of the tunnels that I went in, and as I went into the tunnel, you know, it would move around, and at the end of the tunnel I would get more and more iconography. So it's forever moving, it's forever changing. And I've absolutely no idea where it comes from. The only way I've been able to replicate this, really, since the operation is, and it's worth trying actually if you want to give it a go. If you've got a power shower, you know, one of those really powerful showers that you get in the bathroom. A power shower, some of them have settings whereby they can be a single jet, a single stream, which can be very powerful. If you, next time you have a shower, and you can try this, if you put that in the middle of your head and close your eyes really tightly, you'll actually see some geometric patterns in your mind's eye. Some people it works, some people it doesn't. Now, some people just, if they close their eyes really hard and really squeeze their eyes and make it very dark, some people can see these patterns as well. So, you know, you've got to ask your question, are these patterns there anyway? And if they are there anyway, and everybody can see them, why are they there? Is it an entrance into another form of reality? Is it something that we physiologically create, which allows us to, you know, look at what we call reality and try and work out what reality is and put that into perspective? I was actually going to show you this one. This is the latest one that I did, yeah, I quite like this one. A because of the colours, and B because of some of the imagery that's in here. And you know, this isn't imagery that I've necessarily looked up in books or magazines, or this is just things that have come out of my consciousness. And some other people have looked at this and they've made some comments. Like, for example, they said that you know, over here is a magic circle symbol with the incantation names inside the magic circle. Again, no idea where that came from. That just was something that appeared out of my head that I drew. Someone else said that this looks like a Roman goddess in a coming out of a building. Someone else said that this looks like the very old-fashioned primitive cave paintings in France, in Nassau in France, where with the sprayed hand. They said that looks very much like that. PAX, of course, is Latin for peace. Someone else told me, came in the shop yesterday, said that this resembled an entrance to an old Peruvian temple or Colombian temple. You know, and there's Egyptian eyes, Egyptian imagery, bishop's mitre here, all sorts of different imagery. Alpha and Tau, apparently, again, are paganistic symbols. Someone said to me this looks like the devil, the horned devil. Not quite sure where that one came from. Someone else spotted here DMT. Apparently DMT is a hallucinogenic substance, the chemical that comes out of ayahuasca, which is a shamanistic sacred vine which shamans take to hallucinate and to go into another plane of consciousness. Very ancient. So yeah, just wanted to show you all completely different colours, completely different really icons and symbols within one picture. And as I said, I've absolutely no idea where they come from. But now the dreams are starting to take on a newer form, where I'm actually starting to get messages about some of these things, about why some of these things are important. And I'm going to start writing as I go forward. Some of these pictures, by the way, the most popular ones are available on my website, which is www.alphaland.com. And I called it Alphaland because alpha is supposed to be the brainwaves that shamans and Buddhist monks and people who in a relaxed state of mind. The alpha waves are supposed to be the waves that your brain produces when you're in this state. So I thought I'd call the website Alpha Land.